What's up guys, welcome to Tech Predator. I have checked and spent plenty of time using Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, and today I will be discussing how does the Tab S8 Ultra fit into the daily grind. But before starting, please be sure that you have subscribed to my channel. Also like this video and press the notification bell so that you can get this kind of stuff on time. For years, I have lamented the fact that Android tablets just can't stack up against the iPad. But with all of the changes in the pipeline with Android 12L and Android 13, combined with the absolutely gorgeous hardware offered by Samsung, I wanted to see whether this tablet would fit into my workflow the same way that the iPad Pro has done for years. Instead of taking you through the specs and performance as I did with the full review, I'm taking a different approach to the tablet this time around. This day in the life segment may sound familiar, as it's something that is constantly seen on the likes of YouTube and other phone reviews. But let's dive into what a day with the Tab S8 Ultra looks like and how it might fit into your workflow. After getting my day started with a cup of coffee, I settle into my home office here in the apartment. My desk setup is a bit more than it probably needs to be, but I have an affinity for having plenty of screen real estate. Thanks to the massive 14.6-inch display of the Tab S8 Ultra, it makes for a versatile extra screen that can be propped up right in front of me. As we've covered previously, you can pair the Tab S8 with Windows using second screen, but that's actually not how I usually use the screen space. I can quickly glance down at the screen to see if a new message has arrived or if there's a piece of breaking news that needs to be covered. All of this is done with the help of the Logitech MX Keys Mini and the MX Master 3. Well, I love typing on my beloved and customized GMMK Pro that gets put off to the side for part of the day, as the MX Keys Mini and MX Master 3 allow me to switch between my PC and the Tab S8 Ultra with just the press of 2 buttons. Logitech is at the top of the mountain when it comes to versatile and ergonomic mice and keyboards, so these are vital to my daily workflow. Paired with it is either the Galaxy Buds Pro or the WH-1000XM4s, depending on my mood and, honestly, the temperature in my room. Samsung's decision to use dual selfie cameras hidden in the notch on the Tab S8 Ultra is already paying dividends, as the ultra-wide camera captures more than enough of me and my background. Surprisingly, the tablet does a pretty good job of ensuring that I don't look all fuzzy and I don't end up being blown out by the 2 windows at my back. It may not seem like all that big of a deal, but the reality for me is that it's just become one of those set it and forget it situations, since the tablet is propped up in front of me anyways. As I covered in my semi-review of the Tab S8 Ultras, this thing is practically useless if you want to try and use this setup as a laptop. If you prop everything up in the perfect way, you might be able to get away without any major frustrations. But if you're like me and you move around a lot, then the self-clicking trackpad is just going to make you go crazy. Because the Tab S8 Ultra is loaded up with plenty of extra Samsung-specific features, this is where the ability to link your tablet and phone comes in handy. Now, whenever I get a phone call or text message, I don't have to reach for my phone to respond. Instead, I can just answer the call or reply to messages right from the tablet. This has come in handy plenty of times while I'm in a local coffee shop trying to get some work done, but the missus and I are also trying to figure out what the plan is for dinner. Something that I didn't get to cover in the full review, but I wanted to touch on here, is how the Tab S8 Ultra actually performs when doing things like editing photos for different reviews or whatever I'm working on. The first thing that I want to mention is that the built-in Files app is okay, but file management, in general, is just a massive headache. Of course, these frustrations stem from the fact that I'm trying to use my tablet like a computer, and it's just Android on a tablet rearing its ugly head. So I've ended up ditching the built-in Files app altogether in favor of a combination of Solid Explorer and Mi Explorer. While the Tab S8 Ultra and all of the Galaxy Tab S8 models have a built-in micro SD card slot, I have to actually use a USB Type-C dongle when I want to transfer photos over from my traditional SD card. Unfortunately, instead of being able to edit directly from the SD card, I first have to transfer it to my expandable storage or directly onto the tablet. Then, I can load up the pictures in Lightroom to make all of the necessary edits. But on the bright side, transferring these images to my desktop PC is easy enough that the only real headache comes when you want to edit directly from the expandable storage. Usually, when I'm using the Tab S8 Ultra away from my desk, it's just to watch some YouTube or browse Twitter. But there are a couple of use cases that I have started taking more advantage of recently. For one, I'm a sucker for Slay the Spire, and having it on a big screen while using the S Pen is just extraordinarily convenient and much easier on my eyes than playing it on something like my phone. Hopefully this video was awesome to you guys. Thanks for watching and goodbye.